Good morning. Welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. I hope that you guys are doing okay this morning. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. But definitely hit the like button and share the video. Also, if you would like to donate to the channel, you could do it via Cash App or you could do it via hitting the clicking the thanks button at the bottom of the video and donating to the channel. This morning, I wanted to talk about CEO Bobby and JoJo Splatt. Now, I know all of the shenanigans that go on in the Young Dolph's case, and it only goes on social media. And of course, social media, I guess, is for when you start getting on social media. It's just, I guess, it's just a platform for entertainment. Of course, we know that in the real situation, as far as the investigators and the agents and all of the professionals that are investigating this case, that it is definitely they're definitely taking it seriously, and it is not a freak show, right? So like I said, that's one of the only things that makes me feel good about this young Dolph's case, is that I understand the professionals that is investigating it is not making it into a sideshow freak, right? um but I decided to, because in the beginning we were all talking about CEO Bobby and JoJo Splatt and all of the other little dudes that kind of drew a lot of attention to themselves, right? They sort of kind of drew a lot of attention to themselves in the very beginning as it relates to this Young Dogs case. Okay. Um, and I think they wanted people to know that they knew something about it, because in the beginning a lot of people was saying, that allegedly, they felt like it was JoJo Splatt that was out there. I heard people say that it was CEO Bobby. A lot of things were still gathering. People was trying to really just trying to figure out what was going on, right? Everybody was in shock about Young Dolph, especially in the Memphis area. I mean, everybody was in shock, that someone would go and shoot down such a famous rapper in a cookie shop just in broad daylight. And then shortly after, you had a bunch of little clowns on social media kind of mocking Dolph, right? I wasn't able to see all of the video, okay, pull up all of the video, but I did want to talk about some of the video. I'm going to play it because I think in the beginning they kind of got in over their heads, right? They didn't. I think they thought for some reason, as I've always said before, that whoever was backing them financially had given them a false sense of security. Okay, and that's usually what happened when you're dealing with a bunch of snotty nosed kids that want to try to do stuff and get away with it. If they think that they got somebody that's got clout and power backing them, they'll show their asses. It's kind of like how kids are when they play, their parents against each other, right? If they think that they got their daddy backing them, if they're in the household, they'll show their ass if they know their mama is against it. We know how kids are, right? So, okay, so with them, what I saw was in the beginning, y'all, excuse me, I saw that uh I mean, they was just kind of boastful about some of the things that they did and said, and they even name dropped until they found out that the cowards that actually hired them was disassociating themselves and wanted to run and hide up under a rock, especially when the cowards that gave them the money and that false sense of security, or gave whoever the money that did it, okay, um didn't want no smoke with the authorities, right? So I think that kind of whatever involvement they had, because I do believe that they have the right people. But as I've said before, more and more things are starting to come out. I'm told, and I was told by reliable sources, okay, that there were other people out there. Of course, all of that stuff is going to come out, okay. Um, I was told that there were other cars out there, and I do believe in those other cars. The young men was probably somewhere near. I don't know But I kind of want to play some of just a little bit of what he said, and it kind of let me see, where is that video at? Okay, here it is right here. If you all could just kind of listen closely. And this is CEO Bobby. Freestyle and because I do that. Fuck you, so Booker says, could they go to his studio tonight? I'm God. He fucking me fucked up tonight. I'm not rap. Like I ain't been doing this shit up top of head or something. Hey, Jim. Okay, he said that they had him messed up saying that he was not a rapper. He been doing that, you know, but then you hear people that are out in the streets say they never heard of him. Okay, but let me continue. This gun you played and you gonna die. Free Moolah, free C Mode, free J Thug, free Big Glow, free Go Credit, free Nightmare. All there be money. All there, gone Bush. All there Tapan. All there gone. All there Murder Brush. All there Tate nigga. This shit forever, nigga. Dumb man, nigga. Dumb man, nigga. Y'all going to jail for false. And I screenshotted every page that posted me. Y'all got good lawsuit on the way here, man. Y'all think nigga loaded. I'm finna really be loaded off all you duck ass niggas. I'm hurting behind this still. Okay, he was talking about Long Live D Money and all them, and he talked about filing lawsuits. Let me go back to the beginning. Tell me they like my daughter. Probably your bitch or something. Your bitch probably want me right now. You feel me? Your bitch jocking right now. She like, damn. What them folk got going? Let me crash that great. See your bottle from the drop. I done there drop tomorrow. Yeah, go. Yeah, fuck with me now. I drop tomorrow. They said no, we're going tomorrow. This song dropping tomorrow. This is about this. Not this song. Maybe you didn't see the sign on the way out of tattoo artist. Not this gonna drop tomorrow. Y'all quit putting all these dolphins and shit on my shit. He said, y'all quit putting all these dolphins on my shit. Just listen to him close because he talks under his breath or something. It's something weird about his talk. Okay. He kind of talks under he mumbles as he talks shit. So you can't really understand him a whole lot. Okay. But let me continue playing. He said before Cuz died, I ain't F with any side. Anyways. Anyway, I ain't fuck with man, one of them said. So he kind of lets you know he knows what happened. Okay. He kind of lets you know he knows what happened. Like I don't fuck with man, one of they said we got our own shit going. He said they got their own shit going. Okay, me, I would have already had that. If they ain't do not hate that shit, delete my shit, but hope down delete that shit. Yeah. I really just don't know what's up with this Memphis shit. These niggas really hate us. So this shit was gonna happen either way. Yeah. He said on that Memphis shit, these niggas hate us. See, he was trying to clear himself. Cause he said I ain't pulled the trigger. He said so it was gonna happen anyways. So you know, but I'm gonna let y'all continue listening because I got a whole bunch of shit to talk about. Either way it went, somebody was gonna get cut. Tell you the truth, just to let you know, somebody was gonna die. Just so happened, do a thought they died. Long live thought. Okay. So basically, he trolling Dolph. He said either way it go, something was gonna happen. These niggas really on some hating shit. Somebody was gonna die. It just so happened it was Dolph. Long live Dolph. So he basically seemed like to me he was kind of trolling Dolph. Now I done told y'all it goes right on over y'all head. I know y'all people don't want to believe I know what I'm talking about, but I be knowing what I'm talking about because I get my information from the sources. I told y'all that and it's not all grand. It's just what it is. It's straight to the point. And if I can throw out some nuggets, I'm gonna throw out some nuggets. I done told y'all that CEO Bobby ass, okay, is down there and they had him on the fifth floor. As a matter of fact, while I'm still on here, and people just kind of let that go right on over their heads. The boy, when the heat started getting hot on him, um, he started really uh, uh, um, telling what they call it, dry snitching. What my kids be saying, they dry snitching. Okay, so he kind of wanted to, even though they was trolling, and they wanted everybody to know in the beginning that they had something to do with that, or they knew what happened, because I believe some of them had their asses out there. Okay, he wanted to disassociate himself, and let's see, what's his name, Joshua Hewlett. Let me see if he's still down there, and let me see what floor he's on. They still got it in jail. His bond is still $225,000. Oh my God. They did that boy got every charge that there ever damn was. Um and let me see what floor he's on. That's what I want to see. They still got him on the sixth floor. They still got him on the sixth floor. And I keep trying to tell y'all, I didn't work all there down for the police department all them years not to know nothing. As high as his bond is, that means his level is high. All these Negroes that look at this stuff that's ever been downtown know he's supposed to be on the fourth floor, and they know what the fourth floor is about. Okay, that's where all the hard criminals go with these high bonds and stuff. He is a high risk. He ain't got no business on the sixth floor, and they have had him on the sixth floor, which is like the program pod where the trustees and stuff, the little low level inmates be at from the beginning. This boy sitting right here when the heat started getting tough on him. You know, he trolling Dolph a little bit, but he wanted to be known. I didn't pull no trigger. Okay. So they got him down there for a reason, but it seems to me that he's on the sixth floor, y'all. Why would they have somebody with such a high level or high bond that's supposed to be on the fourth floor up there with the little inmates that they let clean the jail and go in the kitchen and cook? Okay. He's a security risk, but they got him in a pod where a low level pod where he's not, where they will put the people that's going to be in there for a little while and get back out. It's something wrong with that. The jail ain't overcrowded. Okay. For somebody say the jail overcrowded, it ain't. So don't even let that come out your mouth. Okay. Let's go. Let's look at something else. Okay. I kind of want to look at something else as it relates to these little snotty nosed kids. Here's another one with CEO Bobby. Kind of listen to this one. I want nowhere to be found. He said, I want nowhere to be found. And then he looks back. He looks back at what the hell is that? I'm first in the motherfucking line. What you think? Oh, that's dog stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. I done got confused myself. So I'm going to I had too many browsers open, y'all. I'm sorry. I want to show y'all something else. Let me go back where he's kind of putting out there again that he didn't have anything to do with nothing. But I'm doing this for a reason. Okay, because then I'm gonna get into where I'm going. All right, I want nowhere to be found.
That's why like this far. They got back. I don't even know where the South fit. God. So them folks don't. Like folks think y'all for real. Y'all going to Metro. Cause we in the city, and like stop playing. We ain't nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. I don't care about no nigga putting up to. I ain't know. Add that shit up. What more I said? Stop adding. That's probably like first bidding on KK. That's probably like they bidding on KK. Add it up. This shit really $1 million. They gotta give us the 1K though. If I like you might well drop some, all this stuff they done gave. No, I ain't even take it. They gave it to me. Stop playing. Dumbass nigga. I ain't take shit. With your bitch. Maybe Snatcher, Mr. Snatcher.
Hold on, y'all. Okay, their stuff started messing up now. Basically, with CEO Bobby and with JoJo Splatt, okay. A lot of people feel like JoJo Splatt was holding a Draco. If you look at those pictures, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. When after that they released those pictures, people started editing on those pictures and stuff. Okay, so you never can, you never know, and then stuff just kind of spread like wildfire over the internet. Okay, I don't know if some of that stuff had not been edited. Okay, after the original pictures get put out. See, a lot of times what's original kind of get lost in the sauce when you start get people start putting out a whole lot of BS. And people do kind of put out a whole lot of BS. And I'm not saying that JoJo Splatt wasn't holding that Draco. I'm just saying he could have been, but I believe what the authorities say. They say it was Cornelius, and I tend to believe that it was him. I tend to believe that it was Cornelius. I'm 90. I'm 99% sure. If they say that it was Cornelius, there's a 97% chance that it was him. I'll say that. You know, there's a 1% chance that there was an error, but I do believe what the authorities say. Do I believe that JoJo Splatt and CEO Bobby knows what happened? Absolutely. I absolutely believe they know what happened. Do I believe that they was out there? It's possible. I do believe that they was in some of those other cars. It's ironic that they all kind of dealt with the same car. Don't y'all? They holding CEO Bobby for some reason, and they protecting him. It appears to me, that's just how it appears to me. Okay, and I've been saying that it was weird for months. Why do they have him up there? Why? Why? Do they do? Are they holding him like that? Because I mean, his bond is $225,000. I guess somebody could have, made they've dropped it a little because I think at first it was 300. And I know he's got all those grand theft autos and things of that nature, but CEO Bobby was connected to some kind of, just from looking at his chart, is some type of chop shop. Now, we hear a lot about some of these celebrities because they don't know how to get out of the life of crime owning chop shops, right? So I kind of think he's the pipeline to that. Also, he knows something about this young Dolph situation. I just do. Okay. So I don't believe that they are off the table. Do I think that they pulled the trigger? I don't believe so. I definitely don't believe that CEO Bobby pulled the trigger. CEO Bobby want everybody to know he throwing everybody up on the bus in a slick way. His friends sitting right there with him. He started talking about K bands. I had a video. Here it is right here where he said that.
That's who did it. ain't even tall. Bro, you know I'm tall. Oh, God, your legs ain't even close to the front. Bro, I'll keep you back here. You know I'm 7. Bro, why you keep letting it back? You know I'm 7 feet, KK. What you want to get with Frank?
He said, man, 50 niggas killed dog. Okay, but that's maybe he was being smart.
Look at it. Look. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, man. You know we had K-Band 103. K-Band 103, man. Bobby said it was KK. That's who did it. It wasn't me.
You see, he said it telling. He said Bobby said it was KK. That's who did it. It wasn't me. He trying to put the blame, on everybody. That's why I say I do believe that those little dudes was out there. Okay. And K Bands hadn't showed himself a whole lot. Do I think I don't think that the person, they're gonna say, well, that was K Bands holding that Draco because he had a Draco. Now K Bands is a lot taller than that person that was holding that Draco. It wasn't him that was holding the other weapon. That was straight drop. Okay. K Bands is tall and very frail and thin. Okay. But do I believe that they was out there somewhere? I do. I believe that they was out there somewhere. They wanted people to know that that they knew what happened, but it kind of started backfiring on them. Okay. I think it kind of started backfiring on them. And if you look, I don't want to get into all the video, but if you go back and listen to some of those videos, because they basically pointed the police in the right direction, along with all of the witnesses and people that knew. When they got their asses on here and started trolling in the beginning, they thought that they would be able to do that, and people was already working with the authorities that knew. Everybody was not in agreement with what happened to Doc. It was no reason to take his life. And one thing that CEO Bobby told the truth about, he was like, Memphis just really on some hating shit. It was just gonna happen anyway. So he was really, just kind of throwing his friends up under the bus from the very beginning. Once the heat started getting hot. Okay. So, I think it's a shame, and I found it weird from the very start that out of all the people to jump on a live with, Soulja Boy would jump on a live with a bunch of kids, a bunch of young men nobody even ever knew from Memphis. If you look at Soulja Boy's live, when he goes live, he has thousands of people on his live. Why out of all the people to go live with, Soulja Boy would jump on a live with them and they sitting up talking about they need some more money? Okay. Right. So, I think it's sad. I watched JoJo, especially in the beginning. I watched JoJo Splatt extremely close, and he started having breakdowns on a regular. If you had looked at his social medias, he was talking about, I knew nobody loved me, and something went on with Pre, where they something happened because he had posted one night, if Pre don't quit playing with me, I know something. Okay. So something went on. Somebody got on my page and told me what went on. That some of those dudes in Pre's camp, cornered him, and I'm just gonna leave that alone. But I'm glad nothing happened to him because I don't promote violence or anything. But I think I think a lot of times people kind of overlook what happened in the very beginning. And if you listen to some of their video, like right before they cut it out, the Key Glock name kept coming up to my in that one of those videos. I just didn't play it all. They got to talking about, and CEO Bobby cut it off, where I believe it was K Band said, man, them folks talking about Key Glock got a $500,000 on our head or something. He cut it off, or 100 bands on our head or something. He cut that off. Then in one of the other videos, when they was trolling, they said these fools tagging Key Glock, and started laughing. So they was really the ones that was hating. They was jealous. A lot of them also, and the manipulators was able to play on their little pissy asses because of a lot of these young dudes that Dolph was signing and get ready to make millionaires. They was jealous of Key Glock in them. And so it was easy for them to be sent out for a little dough. I'm talking about people like Straight Drop and all of them. I know a lot of people say, well, where Cornelius come in at? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all got to be crazy as hell if y'all think Cornelius gonna live in that damn area and Straight Dropping them hang out in that area and he not know them. Those were street dudes. Cornelius was stealing cars. He was robbing people. That was some stuff that he had expunged, I guess, because he wanted to try to get his cleaning service going or something, but he ain't innocent. Okay. A lot of people, I heard people say, well, you know what? Well, it was Cornelius's cousin that got him involved with it, and his cousin needs to get his ass down there and take his charge. He gonna let his cousin go through that? Okay. I believe what the authorities say. According to them and whatever statements they got, because y'all don't know what Cornelius has said. It was him. Okay. So is CEO Bobby and JoJo Splatt off the table? No. I believe that JoJo Splatt, I was listening to Player Co. Player Co. I have watched JoJo Splatt for a long time. I was watching him when I stopped watching him. He was having breakdowns on the regular. I was like, it's gonna be any day now. But Player Co kind of brought something to our attention when he did a video on JoJo Splatt. He was like, have y'all been watching him? He kind of going up. It's some money being put behind JoJo Splatt. So it's almost like, and I went and looked, I was like, it is. His videos are well treated. Somebody else putting some money behind it. So, it's almost like he's being rewarded for something because he was never a rapper before. Now, all of a sudden you see him, he talking about, I'm flying out to LA. He just taking all types of trips. Okay. They done cleaned him up and put him on the rap scene. I guess those are the payments. It goes back to these kids will do anything for some money or some clout that they are not going to be able to enjoy, because in the end they're gonna have to pay for this stuff. They're gonna have to pay for it one way or the other, because they could be, whoever the funders are, that's the root of the tree. They could be setting them up to take him out anyways. He ain't but 19 years old. He's easy to manipulate. Okay. And they understand that. They setting him up to take him out because they already know. Okay. If they can grease his hand, they giving him a little bit more than he ever had. Maybe they think he ain't gonna talk, but he's still a 19-year-old child. And I'm not saying this for them to go out there and put a hit on him, because I feel like in the end, when all of this shit hit the fan, they're gonna probably, if they weren't being watched as closely as they are, I'm talking about the roots of the damn tree. That's where the money is sprouting up from. They would have already taken a lot of these little dudes out. Okay. That's what I feel. So is CEO Bobby and JoJo Splatt off of the table? Nah, they ain't off of the table. See, they got CEO Bobby down there for a reason. CEO Bobby, not, and it's not just because he's connected to these chop shops that the rumor is some of these rappers are running. Okay, y'all know what a chop shop is. A chop shop is, they've always, in the Westwood area, it was always known for chop shops. But I think the chop shops that CEO Bobby and them were connected to, they started getting so bold. They was going on to car lots and stealing cars. So that means, or it's not easy to go onto a car lot like Chevrolet and Ford and stuff and steal cars. It's not that easy. That means that somebody was probably helping them within the that works within the car lot. Because I'm gonna tell you what it started happening when people had started buying cars and stuff, okay, off of these lots. And I'm gonna tell you, it happened to me one time when I had bought a car. I had just bought a new car, okay, and it happened to a whole lot of people, more people like me. What these about a few nights after I had got, and I lived in a very nice neighborhood. Okay, they came directly to my address, and then another young lady that worked with me at the time at the sheriff's office, they went directly to her address. Okay, they was doing it. They had a pipeline to somebody that worked at these dealerships. I got out. I was getting ready to go to work at the sheriff's office. I had just got my car. It was like 2 weeks old, and I went outside and my car was sitting on the damn ground. Okay. And so what they was doing is they was stealing the factory tires and stuff. It was sitting on bricks. And that is what was happening. Like and it was happening to quite a few people. Okay. And they started slowing down when the news started talking about it because they was getting the direct address of the people who had just bought cars. So that had to have come from the dealership. And I think one of the things, whoever it is, whatever rapper it is that owns one of the chop shop, because the word on the curb is that it's a rapper. Okay. And I can't get into that. But they had started getting so big. Their organization has started getting so big with these chop shops, and CEO Bobby is directly at the front. He was one of the main ones that worked at the front of doing that. Going on to these car lots and stealing cars and things of that nature. Like I said, it's not that easy to go on a car lot and steal a car. Y'all know that. So it started getting so big because they was getting people to work with them from the inside that work for some of these dealerships, and CEO Bobby ain't got the power to get nobody from the inside to work with them on stealing cars off of a car lot and then taking them and changing VIN numbers, and they give them some of these little criminals to go and commit crime, and also reselling cars, chop shopping, when you take the parts off of them, change the VIN numbers and things of that nature. Some they I'm hearing that a rapper was that at the top of that, you know. So like I said, I've never been fooled about why CEO Bobby is down there. Is it just for the chop shop? I think that those they are connected probably to quite a few crimes, to include the Young Dolph's situation. So I don't think they're off the table. I know I went all around the world because it's like it's so much information as it relates to a lot of this stuff, like that's in my mind. I have to kind of sort out and your brain is like a computer, what I can tell, what I can tell and what I can't tell. Right. So do I think that they are off of the table? No, I don't think that they are. I think in the end, if they don't take JoJo Splatt out, because somebody is funding him right now, he's being rewarded for something. But I think it's a setup to try to take him out, and I that's what I think. It's a setup to keep his mouth closed, and in the end, when they figure out that the authorities are how close they are on their tail, and that they already know everything because they've been out there doing their own little spinning, you're gonna start to see a lot of these little dudes that participated in this Dolph situation being taken out, and it won't be by Pre and them, because I think Pre and them already was getting was something was going on, because listen now, I want y'all to hear this, and this young lady was not lying. Listen to this.
I'm telling y'all, what I speak, it happens. These streets is painted red right now.
She said the streets are being painted red. She's talking about blood.
They don't give a fuck who they hit. They don't give a fuck what's going on, who it is, and they hurt. These folks hurt out here, bro.
She said they was hurt. That means there was people that was directly close to Dolph or affiliated with Dolph, okay?
These folks hurt out here. And 10 motherfuckers about to get shot up in Memphis.
She said 10 spots got shot up. Now, I know for a fact, we're working from the police department. I know because people saying, well, the news was not reporting it. The news probably didn't know that, but the police department was not going to put that out because there was a war going on, and they don't like to send pandemonium throughout the city, okay? Because it was already a lot of crime going on. They was not going to put that out, that it was retaliatory murders and cause an even bigger war, okay? I know that they are high stuff, okay?
They focus on one thing right now when there's 10 other fucking shit going on in Memphis. Dog just got killed. Since Dog got killed, 10 drive-bys, shootouts been happening since Dog got killed. Schools and every motherfucking thing. When I say they shooting up shit right now in Memphis, Tennessee, motherfuckers getting hurt out here in Memphis, Tennessee right now.
Fuck all that. I'm gonna build me a house up underground.
Okay. And she was telling the truth. So, I know a lot of people like to say, well, Pre didn't get their lick back. And I don't agree with all that. I'm getting my lick back and all of that. But then a lot of people was hurt. They've just been a little quieter. And the main people who was at the root of the tree, they took cover. I mean, they went back up, they went and hid up under some rocks. Of course, they went and hid up under some rocks. But I think they're understanding now that, especially the root of the tree, that they're not in the end, that they're not going to get away with it. They probably wish that they would have been hit, because a lot of these Negroes that send these hits can't go do life. They can't, and that's what's going to happen. Okay, because I have a lot of confidence in the law. It takes time. It do. It takes time. I knew when that lawyer decided not to, um, when they double cross straight drop and that lawyer lied, like he never said that. At that point, I knew that he knew that it was something bigger coming, and he needed to preserve himself for maybe his bigger clients or something like that. I don't know. I kind of felt like he could foresee the future of something to come. Okay, because they was gonna double cross him anyways. Okay, but back to CEO Bob and JoJo Splatt. Do I think these little silly clowns is off the table? No, I think they were somewhere in the vicinity. No, I think that they are, and I've been throwing out his from the very beginning that CEO Bobby is up on the sixth floor. He's up on the fifth and sixth floor, because that's what it is, fifth and sixth floor. And shit, the sixth floor, because I was saying the fifth floor here. They say the sixth floor. The sixth floor is even more lax than the fifth. Okay. And child, with his charges, I keep saying that with his charges and his security level, he should be on the fourth floor because he is a high risk. Okay. But instead, they got him in the program pods where all of the trustees be at. So that's something to think about, you guys. And he's been there from the very beginning. And it ain't hard for him to talk. He always liked to clear himself, because he was throwing his friends up under the bus in their damn faces. Okay, in their faces on video, and they, JoJo Splatt, them little cuckoo, they young. They didn't even realize that he was trying to disassociate himself from that, although he wanted to troll Dolph a little bit, talking about long live Dolph. They was jealous. He said somebody had to die. Somebody was gonna die anyway, because Memphis on some hating shit. It just happened to be Dolph. Somebody was gonna die anyways. So they basically was telling it. Okay. All right. All right, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. If you like to support the channel, you could definitely do it via Cash App. Okay. Talk to you guys later. I'll be on tonight. Talk to you later.